Hey everybody, Ashley Nottingham here, and my fourth new technology, which isn't really that new, but it's new to me, is Seesaw. I selected this resource because I like to enhance my lessons and make them digital if possible, especially with COVID when it hit. I wanted to make sure that all of my students were able to do different things and not have to be worried about having worksheets to turn in. My intended purpose is to provide students with a different type of learning system, and I like that they can do video recordings and take pictures and write directly on the assignments. It just makes it more interactive, and they seem to enjoy the technology piece. My intended audience is obviously students, but their parents can also engage with the assignments that they're working on. I've heard about Seesaw. I never really looked into it because I was using Google Classroom, and Google Classroom just wasn't able to keep up with what I was doing this year. It wasn't communicating well with the system our district adopted, which is Canvas, and the way that you had to upload required a lot of clicks, and it was like not connecting to where all of the students were being assigned my assignments. It just kind of was a mess, so I'm hoping that this might be an alternative. The standard I chose was EL3C and inspire a culture of innovation and collaboration that allows the time and space to explore and experiment with digital tools. I've had to really mess around with this week. Still have no clue what I'm doing. I am going to be working on it next week when my school is on spring break to make sure that I know how to use it because I did find a free lesson online, and it was a pre-made lesson, and I'm hoping to use it for the last 9 weeks of school. I'm excited to see how my students respond to it. Several of them have said that they have used Seesaw in the past. I'm hoping that they will be able to teach me a thing or two since I have no clue what I'm doing. So when I click on this link or whatever, it'll take me to Seesaw, and it just has me go ahead and log in. And I've gone ahead and made 22 classes before I realized that, like, I teach 21, but I made 22 because I felt like I needed a sample class, but it looks like I don't really need that. You can actually have a sample student within each one, I believe. And, oh, it's not going to let me into that one. So let me go to this other one. Where'd it go? All right, so here's my sample student, and there are instructions on how to actually work on this Corona memories type thing. I wanted the students to have a journal type thing that they can use. They are able to either type text in here by, having a text box in place, and they can kind of move it I think they can move it where they want it. So like they could start typing things in it, and my hope was to move this downward. So obviously I'm going to have to mess with it a little bit to get it where I want it. There we go. So then they can do just different things to it. They can color it in. They could do pictures, all sorts of things. And they can use the pens and the pencils at the bottom if they want to maybe color something. And so I just thought it was kind of a cool way to be more interactive with what they're doing. Some of my kids I know will really take their time with this. Other students will probably scribble through it, and that's fine too, as long as they try to do something. And so they can just go through each page. I'll probably assign 2 pages a week. And like, this is pretty cool. It talks about you're living through history right now. Take a moment to fill in these pages for your future self to look back on, and here are some other ideas of things to include. So photos from this time maybe that they have, a journal of a couple of their days, newspaper pages, special memories, family and pet pictures, any artwork that they've created during this time. It's just kind of a cool deal, but I love how interactive it is. I love that it's super user friendly. I love that this was free. It just kind of takes out the fuss of trying to lesson plan myself, but this is fairly easy. This was actually an online PDF, so someone created this in Word, saved it as a PDF, and then you upload it straight here, and the kids are able to write on it, mess with it, whatever, and then save it. And I don't know, it's pretty user friendly. So if you haven't used Seesaw, I'm sure that you can do a lot more with it. I just obviously will not be able to do that in this short amount of time. So good luck and have fun.